Hello YouTube, my name is Josh Marriott and I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. Now let's start off with some goals for each other. There was a famous Harvard study where they asked the recent graduates if they had any goals. 84% of them had no goals whatsoever, 13% of them had goals, and 3% of them had goals, wrote them down, and had action plans to help them fulfill these goals. Now, when they looked at these people later in life, that 3% that had the goals, wrote them down, and had action plans actually ended up making 10 times more money than all the rest of the 97% combined. That's insane. Now, not all goals are created equal. I want to give you an example. When I was a teenager, I wanted a Rolex. It was a very unspecific goal. I didn't know what kind of Rolex I wanted. I didn't know how much it cost. I had no idea how I was ever going to afford any kind of Rolex. Now, as the years went on, I began to research them and find out how much they cost, which one I wanted. I actually bought one eventually and didn't like it, so I returned it. Anyways, I ended up with this bad boy on my wrist, a 50th anniversary Sea Dweller. Now, it took me a long time to get this, and it's because my goal was not specific. Had I created a specific goal with an action plan to attain, I would have gotten a lot sooner. So it's important to make your goals specific. So let's apply this to real estate and to fitness. So for real estate, my small team has done approximately 20 million in residential real estate volume in the last 12 months. So my goal in real estate is to do 40 million over the year of 2019. I personally think that's attainable, and it's not too far out of reach, so I should be able to do that. We'll see how that works out. Now for you, your goal, you could set it crazy. You can go to the moon. Whatever you think is attainable is completely up to you, because once you set the goal, then you're going to create the action plan to attain that. For example, my goal is to double my production, and so I'm looking at what I can do to cause that to happen. And I'm going to implement more training on expired listings. The reason I'm going to do that is because I have been good at getting expired listings. I haven't spent much time doing it, and for the amount of time that I spent trying to get an expired listing and actually getting one and having it sell and then getting referrals from that client, it was such a small amount of time involved in order to get those sales. Now if I can train my team to do that, then they all should get more sales and they all should be able to double their production. So it starts with just one thing. Look at just one thing you can do to catapult, and then you can build on that. Once I train the team how to do expires, then I can move on to the next thing that will be the next best use of time. And let's take fitness as an example. So my goal in fitness is to weigh 200 pounds and have 10% body fat by next summer. That's pushing it, guys. I currently weigh 185 and I'm probably closer to 20%. How can I attain that? Well, my one thing that I'm going to start with is I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week. I've gone to the gym intermittently for the past 6 months, somewhere between, skipping weeks, 1 time a week, 2 times a week. Every once in a while, I'll do 5 times a week. So I'm going to actually time block a time in my calendar that is for the gym. So from, this time to this time, I go to the gym every Monday through Friday. Now, if I do that, my goal should be much more attainable. I'll be able to catapult myself into achieving it. And once I've changed that small aspect, then I can move on to the next thing, maybe my diet, things like that. Now, if you're ready to join me and catapult your career and personal fitness to new levels, then comment down below with where you stand with your real estate and or your fitness, along with your personal time-specific goals and one thing you plan on doing or changing to help you attain those goals.